If you grew up laughing at Agent 86's blunders or trying to figure out how that crazy cone of silence worked, then this video is for you. Get Smart, which premiered in 1965, was way more than just a spy spoof. It was one of those shows that defined a generation with its clever humor, lovable characters, and absurd situations. But have you ever stopped to wonder what happened to the actors who brought this unique world to life? What were they doing before the show? What happened to them after Control's missions came to an end? And more importantly, where are they now? Or where did life take them? Today, we're taking a trip back in time to explore the before and after of the main cast of Get Smart. What went down in their lives once the cameras stopped rolling? So get ready to relive some memories, share a few laughs, and maybe learn a few things you never knew about the cast, who made us fall in love with the wackiest world of espionage ever seen on TV. Don Adams was born in 1923 in New York. Before becoming television's most bumbling spy, Don served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. After the war, he tried his luck as a stand-up comedian and impressionist on variety shows, where he stood out with his dry, deadpan humor. In 1965, he debuted as Maxwell Smart, the legendary Agent 86 of Control. Created by Mel Brooks and Buck Henry, the character was a clumsy spy who constantly found himself in ridiculous situations while trying to foil Chaos's evil plans. Don turned Max into a comedy icon. Throughout the series, Max marries Agent 99, has children, and, surprisingly, manages to save the world multiple times. After the show ended, Don Adams appeared in revivals like The Nude Bomb and Get Smart Again. He also became well known as a voice actor. He was the voice behind Inspector Gadget, another famously clumsy detective, in the 1980s. Although Maxwell Smart largely defined his career, Don never minded. He loved the character and the success it brought him. Don Adams passed away in 2005 at the age of 82 due to a lung infection. Barbara Feldon was born in 1933 in Pennsylvania. Before becoming Agent 99, Barbara worked as a model, commercial actress, and was even a champion on a TV quiz show called The $64,000 Question. In 1965, she became Agent 99 on Get Smart, and it was an instant hit. With elegance, charisma, and a sharp mind, she was the complete opposite of the bumbling Agent 86. Still, 99 was completely loyal to Max, and very much in love with him, too. She was one of the first female TV characters to portray a smart, brave, independent woman, all without losing her sense of humor. After Get Smart ended, Barbara appeared in shows like The Name of the Game and Cheers. In 2003, she published the book Living Alone and Loving It, where she shares her solo life experiences with wit and warmth, proving she's still a woman ahead of her time. She's now an inspiring 92 years old. Bernie Copel was born in 1933 in New York. Before becoming the kind of villain you couldn't help but root for, Bernie made small appearances on shows like The Jack Benny Program and The Lucy Show, often playing bit parts with all kinds of quirky accents. On Get Smart, he truly shone as the unforgettable Siegfried, the over-the-top chaos agent with that classic exaggerated German accent. He was Max's arch-nemesis and a colleague in the wild world of spy games. Siegfried was hilarious, dramatic, and wildly incompetent. His love-hate dynamic with Max became one of the show's most beloved running gags. After Get Smart, Bernie appeared in shows like Bewitched, Monk, and Scrubs. But his most iconic post-Smart role was as Dr. Adam Bricker on The Love Boat, where he stayed for over a decade. Bernie Copel is still alive and well at an impressive 91 years old. Edward Platt was born in 1916 in New York. Before becoming the iconic Chief of Control, Edward appeared in films like Rebel Without a Cause, alongside James Dean. He had a deep, commanding voice that made him perfect for serious roles. But in 1965, he took on the role that would define his career, the Chief of Control in Get Smart. He was Agent 86's direct supervisor, often stuck between giving orders, dealing with Max's constant blunders, and trying to stay calm amidst the chaos. Though he seemed stern, he had a dry sense of humor that popped up at just the right moments, and it never failed to get a laugh. After Get Smart, Edward made a few small appearances on TV, but he never landed another role as memorable as the Chief. Sadly, Edward Platt passed away in 1974 at the age of 58. The official cause was a heart attack, though later reports suggested he may have taken his own life after struggling with mental health issues. David Ketchum was born in 1928 in Illinois. Before showing up on Get Smart, David had already made a name for himself as a comedian and supporting actor in Hollywood. On Get Smart, he played the unforgettable Agent 13. The poor guy always stuck with the most miserable assignments in espionage. He'd be hidden in the most ridiculous places: a washing machine, a trash can, even a broom closet, just waiting for someone to show up. And of course, it was usually Agent 86 who'd stop by for a chat. Despite the constant discomfort, and who could blame him, Agent 13 always did his duty, grumbling but loyal. After Get Smart, David stayed active in TV, with guest spots on shows like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Love, American Style. He also worked behind the scenes as a writer and creative contributor on several productions. Now 97, David Ketchum is, as far as we know, still with us, quietly enjoying a well-earned retirement from the world of comedy. King Moody was born in 1929 in New York City. Before diving into the wacky world of spy comedy and Get Smart, he kicked off his acting career in the early 1950s with roles in B-movies and guest spots on shows like Bonanza and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was one of those classic character actors, always popping up in the background but stealing the scene with his exaggerated expressions and clumsy charm. On Get Smart, Moody became best known as Starker, the bumbling assistant to chaos villain Siegfried. If Siegfried was already hilariously incompetent, Starker was like the intern of incompetence. With his perpetually confused look, he constantly fumbled through missions, frustrating his boss even more, and audiences loved every minute of it. After Get Smart, King Moody took on an unexpected but iconic role. He became Ronald McDonald in McDonald's commercials throughout the 70s and 80s. Sadly, King Moody passed away in 2001 at the age of 71 from natural causes. Dick Gotautier was born in 1931 in California. Before winning over audiences as a super-polite, slightly dim-witted robot on Get Smart, Dick was already a multi-talented performer. He started as a singer and stand-up comedian, and rose to fame on Broadway playing Conrad Birdie in the hit musical Bye Bye Birdie. Then came the role that made him a TV fan favorite, Jaime the Robot, introduced on Get Smart in 1966. Jaime was a chaos creation built for destruction, but he was just too nice, so he ended up switching sides and joining Control. He took everything literally, which led to some of the show's funniest moments. After Get Smart, Dick appeared in shows like Love, American Style, and Here We Go Again, and lent his voice to animated characters. Beyond acting, he was also a cartoonist and authored several books, both humorous and instructional ones on drawing. A true creative all around. Sadly, Dick Gotautier passed away in 2017 at the age of 85 after a long, unspecified illness. Victor French was born in 1934 in California. Before stepping into the chaotic world of spy comedy and Get Smart, Victor was already known for his tough guy looks and rugged Old West presence. He launched his TV career in the 1960s, often playing outlaws, cowboys, and cops in shows like Rawhide and The Wild Wild West. In Get Smart, Victor played Agent 44, one of Control's funniest operatives. He was always hidden in the most ridiculous places, inside soda machines, closets, trash cans, even safes. He was the right man in the wrong place, calmly giving Max top-secret info, even when he was crammed into a tiny phone booth and barely breathing. After Get Smart, Victor became Michael Landon's beloved co-star in two hit series, Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven. Sadly, Victor French passed away in 1989 at just 54 years old from lung cancer. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more amazing content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue creating fantastic videos like this one. Thanks again, and see you next time.